is ROH wrestler Adam Cole.
Hi, this is Amazing Red.
This is Booker T, 5-time WCW champion.
This is Brutus, the Barber Beefcake.
Yo, it's me, DDP.
This is WWE Hall of Famer Greg, the Hammer Valentine.
Luis Hernandez.
Hey, this is Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, this is Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man.
Yo, what up? It's Kid Cash.
This is Lance Hoyt, a.k.a. Lance Archer, the American Psycho of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Hey, gang, you're listening to Lisa Marie Varon. This is former WWE Diva and current First Lady of Ring of Honor, Maria Kanellis.
This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
Hello, this is WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley.
It's Impact Wrestling superstar Miss Tessmacher.
Oi, this is Nigel McGuinness, Ring of Honor superstar.
Hey, what's up? It's the ODB.
This is Ring of Honor wrestler Raymond Rowe.
What's up, bro? This is Impact Wrestling superstar Robbie E.
This is everyone's favorite wrestler, Rob Van Dam.
This is Roderick Strong.
WWE superstar Roman Reigns.
This is Hall of Famer Ron Simmons.
Hey, this is Scott Norton.
Hey, this is the franchise Shane Douglas.
Hey, this is Shark Boy.
Hello, everybody. This is Stevie Ray.
Hey, everybody, this is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
This is WWE Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
What's up, everyone? This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil.
This is Tommaso Ciampa. This is TNA superstar Tyrus.
You are now listening to the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now celebrating 5 years of the WNS Podcast, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug. That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
And we welcome you to episode 254 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, beyond podandplayer.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
And we're also available on Twitter. You can follow us at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_Abear. And welcome to the celebration. It is our 5-year celebration.
5 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years.
That's right. 5 years of doing this show. Beginning this week, this is the week that the pilot episode came out, so we're calling it the official 5-year celebration of the WNS Podcast. Our very first episode wasn't until the first week of January, but we're celebrating regardless because it is an awesome moment. Who would have thought 5 years later we'd still be doing this show, Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
What started as a humble beginning and just a couple dudes wanting to know if they were funny or not. Whenever they talk about wrestling, turned into a global phenomenon, if you will.
Yeah.
Reached in over 45 countries and heard all over the world by wrestling fans, one alike. And,
this is really awesome, and I can't believe we've been doing it for this long.
I know.
It doesn't seem like it, really.
It's crazy, and how much our lives have changed in the 5 years since. You're now married. I'm getting ready to be married, and it's going to be exciting times as we look forward to the future. I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to do the show after, once families start being made.
We'll do as long as possible.
Yeah, we're going to do it as long as we can. Unfortunately, Doug can't be here this week again due to work, but with hope and a little bit of luck, maybe he'll be available next week. Or at least once Christmas is over, I'm sure he'll be able to come by. So thank you, everyone. I want to start off by just saying thank you for anyone, whether it's your first time listening, whether it's your 20th time listening, or if it's your 254th time listening to this show. We certainly appreciate everyone who has supported us over the past 5 years. It has been absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's just been awesome. We've made connections with different people and stuff, and it's just pretty sweet.
Yeah, to be able to connect to wrestling fans that live out of the state, out of the country, and just...
We've had people help us out.
Yeah.
Promote us. We promoted them. It's just different people that we came across and stuff. And
yeah.
It's just,
all the people at Hurricane Pro who we got to meet in the very beginning, the folks over at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling who we've met. We got to meet John David Guerra because of this. It's just the passion and the love that we have, the fine folks over at Doomsday Wrestling as well, that we have become friends with. It's an incredible experience, and looking back and all of those names that did the name drops for us that we've had on the show. We've had a lot of big guests on the show, and
I don't know if it was our year anniversary or 2 or whatever. Like, heck, you reached out to people, and what was cool is you reached out to Adam Cole.
Yeah,
and he sent another message. Hey, congrats, and
that was for episode 100. Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey. I look forward to the future of the WNS podcast. We've had some amazing episodes. We've had some down episodes, but that's what makes it part of the fun.
Yeah, you can't be on top all the time.
Yeah. So
I wish.
We're about number 6 or so, somewhere around there.
Well, we're
depending on what list you're looking at.
There's a lot of times I don't mean to feel negative, but it's just I guess my performance or whatever. Sometimes I feel like I did a crappy episode.
It's not a performance, though.
It's not a performance. I know we're just shooting the shit, but
yeah. We have a list of things that we want to talk about, and we talk about it. Yeah. And that's, some days you have good days, some days you had bad days, and some days we're sick, some days we're sleepy. That's just, that's the way the world works. And I think every human being out there can relate. But again, we want to express our deepest thank yous to everyone who's ever listened to this show.
It's cool, just throwing out different things. We've gained a friend, we gained different friends, but Ryan that comes on the show.
Yeah.
Because when we first started doing this, and we would watch the pay-per-view in
Wings to
Go, and we would pass out flyers. Oh man, that stuff used to be fun, because after the pay-per-view we would still get out there before everyone would leave, and we would pass
check
out
out
flyers.
our show.
And Doug was like, "What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?" We're
chasing people down in their vehicles.
Yeah, he's doing that, and
putting his head in their
It was just
car.
so fun, and just meeting people, and like I said, and that's how we got to know Ryan.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different characters in that place or whatever, but I miss it. To be honest with you.
Yep. It's it's part of our illustrious history, I guess you could call it. But we would like to start the show off with a statement from the director of WNS. Much as we started episode 1 and 100, might as well do it for the 5-year anniversary of WNS Podcast, and it's coming from Ben. Should we do a voice of some kind? I feel like it's almost tradition.
Tradition?
Yeah, because
you do your Wade Barrett thing?
Because the very first message that we got, if you go back and listen to the episode 1, which is hard to find, we did it very monotone. Episode 100, I tried to do it in a butcherous Wade Barrett accent, which was absolutely terrible. I saw some of the comments, and everyone was like, "This is what's terrible thing I've ever heard."
Don't do that, dude.
Don't do it again. We've actually heard what Ben sounds like when he talks.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, he doesn't at all. And you can actually go back and listen to our WrestleMania 30 predictions if you want to hear what Ben sounds like. Or the episode following as well, because he was there more intimately. So, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think we should do?
I don't know what other voice.
Dang
it.
Dear WNS Podcast fans.
You can do that, yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to do Ben's statement in just some crazy, wacky voice.
You can do it in Cleveland's voice.
Oh my.
I'll do some sort of mixture there.
Yeah.
So this is no in particular voice, so I'm not offending anyone, because who really sounds like this?
Ben here, director of WrestlingNewsSource.com. I'm fully aware that this statement won't be read in its intended manner. In fact, I expect to be mocked, laughed at, and humiliated. But that's why I'm doing this. The podcast crew, Daniel, Doug, and Tyler, and all their extended hosts have been a constant source of entertainment for WNS for the last 5 years. The WNS podcast has grown from strength to strength. I was privileged to stay with Daniel in 2014 during the lead up to WrestleMania 30 and see their setup. But what really blew me over was their commitment to WNS, a passion which is tangible, and a commitment which is real. It takes a lot to make a podcast entertaining for an hour, 2 hours, or even 3. But these guys have done it weekly without complaint. These guys work hard, but play even harder. I am proud of them for being a part of the whole WNS experience, but I'm even more proud to call them my friends. I love you guys. Thank you. Ben Karen, WNS Director. P.S. All nipple tweak in my honor. Go on. I know you want to.
Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a shot and stuff like that, and 5 years later. Yeah, thanks for the nipple tweak and all that stuff.
Nipple tweaks.
No, it was fun for him to come down here, and the experience was pretty cool when Ben came down here and he, got to see where we live.
Got to hang out.
Yeah, hang out.
Took him to the fair.
Was he?
Get a turkey leg.
He nervous? He was nervous meeting Doug, I think. Wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah, I thought he was. Remember how Doug, he was the last one to meet Doug, and he didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
No, man, it's this. All this stuff has been fun. And,
happy to be a part of it there, Ben. Come back soon. Come back for the wedding if you want. Or Mania. I don't know. I know we're not going, but, you can still come down and visit, damn it.
Yeah.
So.
But no, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that, that we've done. I remember how we first would, go to, all the, the local shows or, Hurricane when it was in the Armory and stuff.
Yeah.
To that, we're all sweating, big time. There's sweat spots all over our shirts.
Ball sweat.
Just stuff like that. And heck, man, there's just so many things I remember.
Yeah.
It seems like yesterday, really.
Memories. Good times.
Good times.
So, but yeah, it is a celebration, 5 years of us doing this show. So for anyone who's listening to us for the first time, we apologize for the very long-winded intros. I know you're all probably sitting there going, oh my God, just shut up and talk about wrestling. So with that being said,
whoa, I got to interrupt you.
Okay.
Again.
All right.
Stuff that's happening.
Happening
this weekend.
This weekend.
Star Wars.
Guess
what? I will not see it this weekend.
Hey, you know what?
No, hang on.
I won't either.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't get a ticket.
Yes.
I don't want to be with that. No offense to that crowd, but there's gonna be so many people there.
I need elbow room.
Yeah, well, I want to wait a weekend, give it space, let it breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We can have our own space.
Yeah,
stuff like that. That I can watch it.
Space is the place.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I wonder how much that's gonna sell. That's gonna beat Avengers. That's gonna beat.
Yeah, I'm expecting records to be broken for that.
What happened to Luke Skywalker?
We'll find out in a week or two, while everyone else finds out this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No spoiler.
Please,
those memes,
no spoilers.
All those memes. No spoilers. Be honest with you, it wouldn't bother me. But
I know it wouldn't bother you, but some people out there don't want to know until they get a chance to go see it.
Oh my gosh, Darth Maul's back. I don't know.
That'd be weird. But yeah, we did have lots of wrestling to talk about this week. And actually, we have some good wrestling to talk about this week, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. And no feedback this week. We do know that NXT TakeOver is going to be taking place Wednesday, which is the day that the show comes out, which is the 5-year anniversary. So maybe they plan that. I don't know. But I haven't watched the product enough to give a full review or prediction for NXT
I've watched
TakeOver.
Here and there, but I haven't caught up.
And so I try and catch it whenever I'm on my lunch break at work. I'll sit at my desk and watch it on there. But yeah, I'm sure NXT is going to blow it out of the water.
Oh, for sure.
But we'll talk about TLC. We'll talk about Raw, and we have some questions to get to as well. So let's dive on into that. TLC took place this past Sunday, and they had the kickoff match, Sasha Banks going up against Becky Lynch, an unadvertised match until probably like an hour or so before the kickoff actually began. We've seen these two tear it up in NXT. They got sort of a limited time for the kickoff, but still not too bad of a start.
Not too bad. At the beginning of the match, I was like, I know who's going to win this.
Yeah.
Becky always takes the fall anyway.
Well, and that's the thing. This pay-per-view was extremely predictable. However, it was extremely enjoyable. There was not very many matches where I was kind of bored. which is a good thing because you had a couple cool down matches, and that was
what
about
if
it.
they had a pay-per-view name called Predictable?
WWE proudly presents Predictable.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, from out of nowhere. So, everything they telegraph. But yeah, the kickoff match was.
They have to have a theme.
Yeah, they could. The kickoff match saw Sasha Banks defeat Becky Lynch, like Tyler was alluding to. It was good for Banks to perform in front of her home crowd.
Yeah.
But, nothing really wowing about the match.
I wonder when they're going to pull a trigger on her. Paige and Charlotte stuff.
I'm expecting Sasha Banks to be facing Divas champion for WrestleMania.
Really?
That's what I think. That's what I think they're holding off on her for, because they know how talented she truly is, and I think that they want her to deliver a WrestleMania caliber match. So they're going to hold off on her just until they can. I think they're going to have Charlotte feud with Becky for the Rumble, and then maybe Becky and Paige at Fastlane or whatever it is between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, and then have Sasha Banks get her chance. So, so let's kick things off. The first opening contest was the 3-team or 6-man tag match ladder thing for the tag team championships. The New Day versus the Usos versus the Lucha Dragons.
The Lucha Booties.
Versus the Usos.
They came out. What cracked me up was Xavier's like, "Hey man, why do you have normal hair and stuff? Man, I'm not gonna waste a hairdo on Boston."
Yeah, and, as popular as the New Day is, they work so well as a heel team.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are like, "Dude, they're so popular, just turn them face." No. Part of the allure, for me at least, is the fact that they are heels, so that they'll come out and be so entertaining. They're having such a good time. And then they'll just rag on the people who are cheering on them to get that heel heat. That's what I'm loving about the New Day. So I'm hoping that they stay heels, but still get the popularity that comes with it, because they're on fire.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get to see them on a box of Wheaties coming up.
Oh, did you see the artwork that our buddy John David Guerra made?
Yes.
Did you happen to see who picked that up?
Oh, picked it. Oh, what I know is Xavier saw it.
Mm-hmm.
He said fantastic and reposted it.
Yeah.
And Kofi put it on his headliner for Twitter.
Yes.
But it's someone buy a print.
Oh, well, I'm sure many people have.
Okay. I know. I thought one of them buy a print.
But yeah, that's what I meant whenever I say they picked it up. They saw it and responded, which is really cool. Really cool to see.
Oh my gosh, and it's check his stuff out. John David Guerra at Nightmare Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So talented. It's not the first thing. He's been on WWE Creations. People post his stuff, his artwork, and a lot of people just repost. I think Heyman reposted something one time, right? Was it Heyman?
Perhaps.
There was just so many superstars. Really, really talented dude.
Yeah.
Nice guy, and just
make sure to check out his Facebook page.
Oh my gosh.
Nightmare Pro Wrestling.
Show him some love. He does. He draws stuff of wrestling.
Does commissions.
He's has his own wrestling comic with monsters. So check it out.
Very cool stuff. So the New Day versus Usos versus Lucha Dragons in a ladder match. Very exciting matchup. I know last week we talked about the caliber of which this match needed to be. It needed to be up there with the TLC match with Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys. And I feel, while it wasn't as big, it certainly was up there. Yeah. Which is what it needed to be. It needed to be fun. It needed to be exciting. It needed to be memorable. And holy crap, did Kalisto deliver a memorable moment?
Oh, for sure. What's so funny is, and I didn't believe you. You're like, those are wooden ladders. I was like, no, man, it looks aluminum or whatever. I'm like that, and then Craig's like, oh, that is wooden.
Yeah,
they just painted
the one that Kalisto landed on, that was one of the aluminum ladders.
Oh.
But the one that was set up on the outside that snapped in half, and you see the dust, the sawdust go everywhere. Those are just spray painted with a chrome finish or something like that.
It got me.
Yeah. So It's really it's always interesting to see that kind of stuff. It's like, why not just have a wooden ladder?
We're gonna paint this aluminum ladder wood color brown.
Yeah,
so people think it's wood.
Yeah, just do that.
Okay.
So so we got to see Xavier Woods throw a trombone.
That was so crazy. But like, I know anything goes or whatever in this match, but like, be honest with you, he didn't touch him. He threw the trombone at him. So
he did not. Yeah, that's correct.
If it was one of those matches, it's like
he was throwing it at the ladder, and
yeah,
he just
so
to be
you
in the
couldn't
way.
disqualify him or anything like that.
Well,
so
there's no disqualifications anyway.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say if it wasn't, and he just threw it. I don't know. I guess it would be the ref's call, but but still, that was hilarious.
But it was a very entertaining matchup, very fun.
Well, another thing that cracked me up was Xavier was talking his stuff on commentary. And then he's like, whoa, wait a minute. And they stopped in the middle of what he was talking about when they put a ladder on one of the Usos, and then it's when Kofi did the Big E kind of threw Kofi into the Usos, and right when he kicked him facing, you hear, that's what you hear. He stopped the commentary just for that.
And the fact that he was correcting the commentators, like, that's Sin Cara, man. Come on, at least learn the wrestlers' names, get it right. But the New Day was victorious in a very entertaining matchup. Definitely worth checking out.
Another thing, that popped in my head was he goes, my guys are on the side. They're gaining their stamina back, like WWE 2K16. He goes, Cole's like, no, this is real life. I'm just trying to say, like, I don't know. He was just promoting 2K16.
They're regaining their energy.
Yeah, their stamina.
They're storing it.
Oh, no, he got a store finisher.
Yeah, he's probably got a finisher by now.
Yeah,
or signature.
I thought that was a good touch.
Yeah, very nice. Love it. New Day retains by defeating the Usos and the Lucha Dragons. Up next, this was probably one of the only boring matches of the night. It was Ryback versus Rusev. Two big guys. Rusev, I think, is the superior as far as ring ability, and it showed in the results.
You were distracted. Everyone was distracted by Lana.
Yes, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be distracted by.
Yeah,
so.
That ass.
Them titties. Been playing Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah.
Speaking of Cards Against Humanity, I got the fifth night on the 8 Sensible Nights of Hanukkah. I got a memo book.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all?
Yeah.
So has it been a letdown, all this stuff? You got socks.
I got 3 pairs of socks. Night 1 was a pair of socks. Night 2 was a pair of socks. Night 3 was a pair of socks.
They just troll people.
Yeah. And, it's sensible. So
just like the bullshit pack.
Although, for like $15, what do you really expect?
No.
But Night 4, I think, was the best because they came with cards. The Jew pack.
The Jew pack?
Yeah, part 1.
What was the card? What the cards?
One was like Whoopi Goldberg. One was it was just like it's never too late to call your mother or something like that. It's just random cards, but and they also had like the certificate because they only sold they limited it to 150,000.
Yeah.
So there were only 150,000 people who could get the 8 sensible.
And people are gonna buy that shit up.
Yeah. Well, on the fourth night, when you get the cards, you also got a certificate good for $1 of the 150,000. And from my understanding is that on like January 1st of 2017, you can go online and register the number, and it ends at like April 29th or something like that. From my understanding, whoever registers in that time, they split the $150,000 and send it back to the people.
Oh, wow.
So it's like if 2 people register total, then they're both getting like $75,000 each.
Well, between what's the time period?
Like January 1st and April 29th. But it's not until like 2017. So it's like you have to hold on to it and remember it.
There's going to be people who
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to be one of them.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to that as long as I can. But it's just...
Yeah.
It's just crazy stuff. And like
that's awesome.
Along with the memo book, it sent me a piece of paper that said, "Hey, the money that you sent us, we're sending it to this local access radio in Chicago, and you're going to be a 1-year member of this radio station starting January 1st or whatever." I'm like, "What is this? Like, this is nuts."
They do a lot of random shit, random stuff because my friend, his wife did something like that. They had a pack a while back, and they gave him different things and stuff that came in there was these pills. What was that stuff that changed your taste buds that you can you can drink, you can eat and drink certain things that are nasty, but it changes your taste buds. Like vinegar tastes like sweet.
Wow.
And stuff like that. I forgot what it's some special tabs, and I wanted to try them out, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, sorry, back to
So Rusev versus Ryback.
Yeah.
We're distracted by
tabs that change your taste buds and Cards Against Humanity.
It's for guys who are hungry, like Ryback, who's the big guy.
I like Rice Krispies.
So, any thoughts on this matchup?
Lana,
yeah.
Yeah.
Winner of this match, Lana.
Yeah.
But no, Rusev ends up defeating Ryback via submission.
Well, the thing is, because I don't know if it was in the pre-show or whatever, but they were showing highlights and stuff with Rusev and Ryback. Who's the heel? Ryback.
Yeah, they were portraying like Ryback was the heel in the situation.
There was actually different groups that portray that look like they're heels. They're not, but that's how it goes these days.
Yeah, you just never know what they're planning these days. It's pretty crazy. But the next matchup, we got to see Alberto Del Rio going up against Jack Swagger in a chairs match. Nothing like really outstanding in this matchup, but nothing terrible. It was a fine matchup. It was, for what it was. It was entertaining for all.
I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah, Alberto Del Rio ends up getting the victory over Jack Swagger.
We knew that was coming.
After what did he do? He did the stomp onto the chairs from the top rope or something like that. But yeah, after that we got to see the 8-man tag match table elimination match thing between the Wyatts and Team ECW.
One thing we've noticed throughout the night, those tables are paper thin.
Yes. They really are.
What's it called? Braun went through a table without getting eliminated first.
That really confused me because if you go back, I think it was TLC 2012, somewhere around there, 12 or 13. Big Show versus Cody Rhodes, Intercontinental Championship on the line, tables match. They had a spot where Big Show was climbing up onto the apron. Cody Rhodes kicks his legs out from under him, and lo and behold, Big Show's foot goes through a table, and it breaks. Now, he wasn't thrown through a table. He got tripped up, and his foot went through a table.
Your foot's eliminated.
Ref calls for the bell. Hey, you went through a table. Sorry, tough luck. Cody Rhodes is the new Intercontinental Champion. In this situation, Braun Strowman goes to kick, goes through the table, is still in the match. So it's just one of those little tidbits where you're like, come on, be consistent here.
It was the same thing with the Dudleys, or was it Devon or something who messed up and...
Yeah.
No. What it was is...
the table hardly broke. And...
Who was it that... Who was on the table? One of the Wyatts. No. Was it Tommy Dreamer or Devon was on a table, and Eric Rowan jumped over, but someone pushed him, and he went over the table. It looked like his head barely missed the top part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but somehow, I don't know if Devon was trying to turn over, but they broke the table.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what?
I don't know. Referee's discretion, I guess you could blame it on. But there were a lot of miscues in this match.
Bubba and Braun, right?
Bubba and Braun, yes. At least two. Tommy Dreamer had a couple. It's to be expected. You're wanting it to be fast-paced and hard-hitting and stuff like that. But there were a couple of times where, Bubba and Braun were, looking at each other going, shit, what are we supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to... Do I hit you? Do you block it? You could tell that they knew where they were supposed to be and what they were supposed to be doing, but there was some just miscommunication. It was very awkward. But, the match ended about what we thought it was going to be, with the exception of Luke Harper being one of the survivors as well.
Yeah.
Wyatt family gets the victory, defeating Team ECW. After that, we got to see the Intercontinental Championship, Kevin Owens going up against Dean Ambrose. This one was kind of a shocker. I felt like Kevin Owens was going to hold on to the belt a little bit longer, or at least in this match have him go a little longer. I felt like the match sort of ended. I think the time was about 10 minutes, and that was it. Dean Ambrose ends up getting the win, and there were a lot of good counters, though. I did enjoy the match, but I just thought it was kind of a bit shocking to see Dean Ambrose get the title here.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, more power to him. So he's the new Intercontinental Champion. Any thoughts on the matchup?
No, I mean, I was pumped for it, but it was all right match.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, it's time to go into the Divas match. The Divas. Charlotte versus Paige. Ric Flair on Charlotte's side.
My gosh.
Yeah.
This was the best match of the night. When I mean best, I mean sarcastically.
I couldn't tell.
It was a train wreck, and all three were cringing.
Yeah.
At different things.
Yeah.
Throughout the match. Like, I'm surprised they went through it all.
Yeah. Take us through it.
Miscommunications.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember a lot of stuff. Ric Flair trying to get involved, and like, what was some of the other stuff that?
The fact that it's two heels going up against each other, and
yeah,
poor storytelling on this one.
It was like they were trying to distract the ref. Rick was trying to take that the belt, the corner turnbuckle off, but he got caught. But it looked like he was supposed to take it off before the referee turned around, and like the referee was like, "Oh, I can only give you so much time, Rick. Oh, now I got to stop you." And then Charlotte did it. But then at the end, Charlotte did it and put the thing at the corner where the ref can still see the turnbuckle.
Clearly,
what's that red thing right there?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm trying to remember some other stuff. What was there was a lot, but I can't remember.
Paige had Charlotte pinned, and Rick dragged Charlotte's body to the ropes.
That was kind of strange. I didn't know.
Like, you figure that ref would see that the body is currently changing position or something. I
thought there was like another move that looked like iffy they were doing and looked like they would hurt each other or something.
I can't recall off the top of my head.
I can't recall anything. I just remember us going like,
it's been more than a day. I can't remember it.
My brain is shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I wasn't really into this matchup, but like I said, there were two matches that I felt were kind of sleepers. This one and Rusev versus Ryback. But Charlotte does end up getting the victory with some help from Ric Flair. And we didn't get to see Paige on Raw, so I guess she's taking a little time off. But after that, we got to see the main event of the evening, Sheamus going up against Roman Reigns in a TLC match. And I know a lot of the fans weren't interested in this match, but these guys went out there and they beat the hell out of each other.
They did.
A lot of good spots. I kind of wish they would have spent a little more time towards the entrance, like whenever Reigns threw Sheamus into the table and the table collapsed and the chairs fell on top of him. Like, I wish they would have done one more spot where he like throws them into the ladders and watch the ladders all fall down or something like that.
Well, they throughout this whole pay-per-view and stuff, they were really promoting the underdog thing big time.
Oh yeah,
which it really to me it seemed like pointing like, hey man, he's gonna win the title.
Yeah,
and stuff, and that was not to be. But at the end, he beat the heck out of Triple H, and hey, that's what. It points to.
Well, before we get into that part, we should make mention that the League of Nations, minus Wade Barrett, came out and tried to slow Roman Reigns down and eventually cost him the match as Sheamus grabbed the title and became the WWE champion, which during that whole sequence took Sheamus forever to climb up. And then he finally got it. And then he started to pull on it, giving Roman time to climb up. And then he hit him and made him fall out of the ring. And then Roman was still able to get back into the ring before he finally pulled the belt down.
Sheamus waste time, okay?
Yeah,
will do.
We need you to stretch it. Just stall as long as you can.
I'm so tired I can't get the belt.
It'll look fine once we edit it all together, but, I mean, my God, dude, come on.
Yeah.
So Sheamus retains the WWE Championship, and Roman very unhappy about the situation, and finally he snaps. I've had enough. I'm tired of being screwed. He grabs a chair, starts wailing on Rusev, starts wailing on Del Rio, starts wailing on Sheamus, and then the Authority come out. And it's like, dude, what the hell's the matter with you? You need to calm down. And, it starts to see, okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
He beat the heck out of Triple H.
Yeah, then he starts attacking Triple H and tearing into him. And this is what we've been needing, or this is what Roman Reigns has been needing for the entire year of 2015. For him, if they wanted him to be a breakout star, what they did in these 10 minutes is what they should have been doing all year long. Have him be this badass. Don't even worry about what I say. Just worry about what I'm going to do to you. That kind of badass.
Because he would act like, he would try to act like a badass. Like, yeah, I'll fight you and stuff, but he wouldn't do it.
And then he'd smile and lose all credibility and say tater tots. And
I want some tater tots.
Suffering succotash and...
Give me some tater tots.
Yeah, and plums and...
Give me some of your tots.
No, go find your own. Freaking starving. I haven't had anything today.
Tina, come eat, you fat lard.
But it's one of those situations where this is what the fans have been wanting out of Roman Reigns. And they finally clicked on it.
Well, it was crazy. They were booing them, and then at the end, they were cheering the heck out of him.
Yeah, they were saying, thank you, Roman. So, but
thank you, Roman. We changed our mind on you.
Yeah, I mean... During the match, there were times where there was sort of downtime and the crowd, you could tell they were getting bored. They started chanting
CM Punk,
NXT, we want Cena, of all things.
Yeah.
Man.
We want Cena.
What does that tell you about your current product if the fans are chanting that? But luckily,
oh my gosh, they turned it around. Triple H, I love this guy.
Yeah, they turned it around and got the fans behind him. So
they're like, I wish you would spear Stephanie.
Yeah. So that would have been the icing on the cake, and he probably would have been fired. But so he's like, hey, that's fine. I'm gonna be fired. It doesn't matter anymore. And he during the attack, he was like, oh, it feels so good to finally get to do that. I don't even care anymore. But so that pretty much closed out TLC. Not a bad pay-per-view, like we said. It was pretty enjoyable. A lot of good moments in it. Worth checking out. So I know we went in there with very low expectations, and I walked away satisfied. I thought it was all right. With that being said, it's time to go into Raw. What happened this past Monday night? Stephanie McMahon comes out, gives us a recap of what happened, calls out Roman Reigns. Reigns is like, dude, if you're going to fire me, just do it, because I got places to be. And Stephanie just slaps the hell out of him several times. I even love the fact that she walked away and was like, oh, one more thing. Whack! Hit him again. But then she did announce that, I'm not going to fire you because my husband asked me not to. But when my father gets here, he might. That's right. Vincent Kennedy McMahon's on his way. Ha 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 ha. So, yeah. But kicking things off on that, we had the first matchup, Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. Not for the title, just a traditional contest. The match ends in a no contest after Kevin Owens attacks, but the match itself was a very entertaining match. So I'm glad that, we got to see some good, solid wrestling. This entire Raw had pretty solid wrestling throughout the night, which is nice to see, because I know there have been nights where they have 5 matches over the course of 3 hours, and the longest one's 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
So this one was actually nice to see. They went out, they did their job, they had a good match, and it was enjoyable. And Kevin Owens came out, attacked. He was asked backstage, hey, what was up with that? And basically saying, I don't have to answer to you, I don't have to answer to anyone. If y'all think that Dean Ambrose is a lunatic, wait until you see what I have planned, because he took my prize, which is the Intercontinental title. So I'm going to be making his life...
make his life a living hell.
Pretty much. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. And then there was a backstage promo featuring Team ECW. It was pre-recorded because they had, video clips of, the old ECW days since they were in Philly. And, after that, we got to see Bo Dallas go up against R-Truth.
Wow.
Yeah, so exciting, much excite, such wow. But the match is briefly interrupted because Vince McMahon appears saying, "Get the hell out of my ring." So,
why would they do that?
Why would they stop the match?
It's just why would Vince do? I don't know. It's like they interrupted.
He's got business to take care of. He doesn't care what's going on.
Still.
So they did it because he had business to take care of, and who would you really want to watch Bo Dallas versus R-Truth?
They haven't been on Raw in a while. Yeah, let him.
All right. Well, Vince McMahon, like I said, did show up, and he said, "We're gonna make Roman Reigns sweat out a little bit more."
We're gonna make him kick my ass.
Not quite, but they did go to commercial, come back from commercial, and said, "All right, Roman, come on out." And so Roman comes out, and they have words.
The best part is that's when I got there. And
yeah.
I rang the doorbell. He opened the door. And he was looking at me, and I was like, "Hey, look, Mr. McMahon kicked Roman in the nuts." He's like, "Damn it, I missed it."
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Kicked in the nuts.
But before that, since you like to jump ahead,
I did it.
God,
yes.
Sheamus came out and was like, "Hey, Mr. McMahon, you shouldn't have to kick this guy's ass. I'll happily do it for you. Hell, I'll even put the title up on the line, feller." Yeah. So, and then Vince gets goaded into it. "Fine, you got your match. Ha 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 ha. I was gonna fire you, but now I'm gonna make you my champion."
Oh, I was like, "I'm gonna make you my bitch."
Make you my bitch. That's right.
Bend you over.
So, and then Vince McMahon kicks him in the nuts. Ha 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 ha.
Guess what? Vince didn't actually do the trick where he kicked him on the inside of the leg.
Straight up.
Actually, straight up in the balls.
Straight up.
Hope you have your cup, son.
Yeah, cup check. After that, we got to see Alberto Del Rio tagging with Rusev, going up against Ryback and Jack Swagger.
No Wade Barrett.
No Wade Barrett again. It was reported that he's rehabbing a little bit from a neck injury that he's having, or he's dealing with right now. He said it's nothing major, but he just needed a couple nights off to recover. So hopefully, he has been injured a lot lately.
Yep.
So hopefully he can get all that figured out. But Alberto Del Rio teaming up with Rusev to go up against Ryback and Jack Swagger. I don't really recall much about this match. I think I was making taquitos or cleaning up from eating taquitos.
Happened to get on a chat room.
No. So, anyways. And so Alberto Del Rio and Rusev end up defeating Ryback and Jack Swagger. So, yeah. With that being said, next matchup, we got to see Neville going up against Tyler Breeze. Miz was ringside saying, "Oh, come on, you can do better than that." No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Basically trying to direct the match, which is kind of annoying. And the crowd seemed kind of dead for this match, but it was one of those things where I guess the crowd hasn't seen enough of Neville and Tyler Breeze. So, I mean, since Breeze came on, he had the one feud with Ziggler and nothing really since. And for Neville, I think his last really good spotlighted feud was against Barrett for the King of the Ring, which was months ago. So, it's one of those things where, I mean, at least they're trying to give Neville something with this whole Miz, let me work with you and give you a makeover and you'll be a star. And
teach me your accent.
Teach me your accent and all that.
Teach me your accent.
But Neville tells him to leave him alone and whatever.
Nuts.
But Neville did end up defeating Tyler Breeze. It was a fine match, by the way. Nothing bad about it. After that, we got to see an 8-man tag match featuring. It was an Extreme Rules match between the Wyatt family.
I was like, oh man, not again.
And Team ECW. And you say that in the beginning, but man, these guys went to town on each other.
Yeah.
Carnage and chaos everywhere. Very destructive, very enjoyable, very entertaining. Even in a PG world, wrestling fans, you can have an entertaining Extreme Rules match. I felt that these guys did a great job, and still a couple miscommunications here and there, but nothing too bad to point out. The spot with Tommy Dreamer and Luke Harper going off of the stage through the tables was really nice. And the ending came with Eric Rowan slamming, I think it was Rhino, through the table for the pin to get the win. So Eric Rowan was the only eliminated Wyatt family member from TLC, so it was very fitting that he got the win here on Raw. So, pretty enjoyable match. After that, we got to see the New Day come out and celebrate a little bit. And they said, hey, Usos and Lucha Dragons, could y'all come out here? We want to extend the olive branch of peace and put aside our differences and, give you the respect you guys deserve. And, Usos and Lucha Dragons came out a bit skeptical there. I don't know if we should trust these guys. And, and it was like, no, seriously, the match that we put on there last night was amazing. And, it was like, Kalisto, that spot you did, I honestly have no idea how you're walking right now. And, you guys are so great and everything. Like, really genuinely giving them praise, like actual, like, praise. So it's always one of those things like, is this a rib? Or is it a trap? Or
the crazy part is they were serious.
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, yeah, we meant what we said. And then after that, they just went and started bragging that they were the champions.
Which they had every right to do because they were still the champions. Regardless of how they won it, they were the champs. The New Day won the match, so they get the bragging rights.
Yeah.
So they did the bragging. Unfortunately, the Usos and Lucha Dragons didn't find that too comforting and decided to gang up on the New Day. It was a 4-on-3. Bunch of sore losers.
They were being heels.
They were being heels.
Because
they got booed.
Yeah, they got booed because of that. It's like, look, they gave you your props, your dues and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just bragging. At the end, they bragged that, that they won and stuff. They didn't say they sucked or anything. They give you your props and stuff. But then you're going to attack them? You're a bunch of heels,
That's
you
low.
faces.
That's low.
You're acting like heels, you faces.
Yeah, get it right.
Heels.
Heel. So, I enjoyed that segment, but, yeah. Anyways. After that, we got to see Charlotte and Becky Lynch team up to go up against Alicia Fox. I'm really, I'm falling off the Charlotte bandwagon. Like, when she comes on, I'm not really interested in what's going on.
Oh, for sure. And then now they're shoving Rick in your face, too.
And I know that they're trying to do that in order to establish Charlotte as a heel, which is good, in theory, but for me, personally, it's just not working. Now, for others who it is working for, hey, cool deal. But it's just not working for me. I'm not digging it. And you can see where they're going with it. They're gonna have Becky go up against Charlotte. Charlotte's gonna turn on Becky. And again, the same thing with Paige versus Charlotte, where we don't know who's the good guy or who's the heel, who's the face. Alicia Fox and Brie Bella, what are they? Because they're trying to do stuff that get cheers from the crowds, yet they're calling people losers in the process. It's just one of those like, dude, can we get some clarification here?
There's a lot, if you notice, there's a lot of people doing that. They're in between, and
it's like they don't know what their character is.
Like right before they came out, they're showing the like next after commercial, they're coming out, and it's like Becky and Charlotte. They're like Becky's all happy and stuff with Rick and stuff. Everything's all cool and everything, and even after the match, they're all like dancing around and stuff. Like, no, you disagree to what she did yesterday.
Yeah. It's madness. But Charlotte and Becky do end up defeating Alicia Fox and Brie Bella. Nothing really to take away from the match. But the main event saw Roman Reigns versus Sheamus for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The stipulation was if Roman Reigns does not become WWE Champion, he will be fired.
And kicked in the balls again by Vince.
Yeah, because Vince McMahon was ringside for this. Again, these two guys went to town on one another, slugfest galore. And
with that stipulation, I felt like he was going to win the belt. But you were like, I'm not for sure. Something else could pop up.
Yeah, I didn't know if they would do some sort of false finish, disqualification, or what.
Oh, go ahead. We'll finish the match.
That was it.
Okay, is there anything else before I say this thing? Why did he win the belt on Raw instead of the pay-per-view?
Ratings. Because they need to get viewers back, which it did. They got quite a number, quite a jump. But, yeah. I mean, the match itself, it was a fine match. I was surprised at how positively the crowd reacted Although that just goes to show how good of a heel Vince McMahon is. That he got the crowd to side with Roman Reigns during this.
Wow.
So, because he was, distracting the ref and
oh no. And Roman Reigns beat up Vince McMahon.
Superman
he super
punched
him in his old face.
Yeah, 70-year-old man. That showed him. So, so Roman Reigns, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. New.
Two times.
That's right. So, it's really fascinating that they're not going to acknowledge his previous championship reign unless it's Sheamus going, you only had your title for 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Technically, that's still a title reign, so this isn't his first time winning it now.
5 minutes and 15 seconds. So you can't even warm up a burrito with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Sheamus.
And
yeah, you can.
So Sheamus, I believe, held the title for a total of 22 days. So, what a reign. Roman Reigns.
Transition champion.
Yeah. So that's going to do it for Raw. Time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions and our answers. First question coming to us from Sonny saying, hey guys, did anyone notice another botch last week when the ECW originals were eliminated? Lillian Garcia said, Team Extreme has been eliminated. Am I the only one that thinks she is losing it here? And, I didn't hear that part, but to be fair, they have been having trouble establishing what this team really is. Is it Team ECW? Is it ECW Originals team? Or, what are they? So, Team Extreme just kind of rolls off the tongue, even though it was Jeff Hardy and Lita and Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, unless they have proper clarification of what their team name is. Now they do, where it's like Team ECW. But still, Lillian has done a fantastic job over the years, and yeah, she flubs up every once in a while, but we're all human, so what can you do? But thank you for the question. Next question coming to us from Viperous Planet, saying, again, another awesome podcast, guys. Quick update on WWE 2K16. I finally figured out the submission mechanic. The showcase of Stone Cold was awesome. My career is way better than last year's game, so all in all, I give WWE 2K16 a 9 out of 10. Wow, that's pretty high. So now that I have that out of the way, how long do you guys think Roman will have the title? My guess would be to the Rumble. So
Rumble or Mania?
I'm gonna say post Mania.
Post Mania?
Yeah, I think he'll
wait till Rollins gets back.
I'd be okay with that. I don't know who they're gonna have him feud against for the title, but
I don't know.
But I don't see Sheamus going into WrestleMania as champion. I really feel like they're gonna let Roman walk into Mania as the champ.
Will they do a Brock Lesnar thing again?
Maybe. That might sell the rematch. Hey, kid, remember me? I'm coming for that title. Coming to kill you. So I don't know. Yeah, my guess would be post Mania. Maybe Money in the Bank, somewhere around there. But who knows for sure? Maybe he'll get struck again at Money in the Bank. Like, he'll be in the main event. The Money in the Bank winner will have already been crowned, and then that night they decide to cash in. So it'll make it 3 times where he has been cashed in on.
Damn.
It'll be Seth Rollins, Sheamus, and then whoever wins that match.
Dang.
What do you think about that?
That could work.
Yeah? We'll have to see. So, but thanks for the question, Viper's Planet, and have fun playing 2K16. Final question coming to us tonight from Victor. Saying, while we've discussed in the past how media's big change has caused the show's material to change, like the network being so cheap that WWE won't give you a satisfying ending to pay-per-views anymore, and that they spend so much time promoting older shows and alternative content, how do you think WWE can utilize the current media climate to make an enticing product? Good question. It's that thing that we've always been talking about for the past month, or the few months to even years. The reason why your ratings are going down is because you're not putting on an entertaining enough product. If you have solid matches, storylines that make sense, characters that know who they are and what they're doing, then people will watch.
Yeah.
But if you're giving us the same old recycled crap every single month, every single week, oh, here's another pay-per-view with no clear finish, no payoff, then people are going to tune out.
Yeah.
So you got to have a reason to tune in. You know, let some of the young guys get a chance to shine while they have all these people who are out on injury. You know,
not too long.
Establish characters. Give people a rub.
And Cena will be back.
Yeah, I know, and he'll probably be back in like 2 weeks, or even less than that. I think next week. But yeah, I mean, if you give the fans a popular product, then they're going to keep watching. I mean, I'm sure that Survivor, the TV show Survivor, their ratings have gone down because it's the same thing every single week. So they try and freshen it up by saying, oh, we're going to do an All-Stars. Oh, we're going to bring these people back. Oh, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do families now.
Family, like this person and their grandma.
Yeah, and so it's like you can try and switch it up, but you're still delivering the same bland product. So you got to switch it up. And especially when you're running, a 3-hour show on Monday, what's going to be a 2-hour show on Tuesday, and then you got NXT, which is going to be an hour on Wednesday. So you've got 6 hours in 3 days of programming that you got to put out to the fans. And, if you're not pulling it out, then what's the reason to tune in? So, I don't know. But, I'm sure shows like NXT TakeOver it's gonna help. It looks like they might be going in some positive direction on Raw. And then I'm sure once the new year kicks in and SmackDown moves to the USA Network and is on Tuesday and it's live, they are going to step their game up as well. So we'll have to see what the next couple of months portray for the WWE and the universe. So, but that's going to do it for us. Thank you for the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube channel, WNS Video, our Facebook page, WNS Podcast, and make sure to check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to our show if you haven't already on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We are also on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
And you can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler on Twitter at Tyler_Abear.
I got an alert a few days ago that says I have 50 followers now.
All right. Yeah.
What am I getting up to? It's supposed to be 200, 300?
I thought it was 55.
No.
Yeah, totally 55. Yeah. Not 1 million at all.
1 million.
No. It was 50, actually. I distinctly remember it was 50 followers. You get 50 followers and you get to start tweeting now.
Oh, no.
So get to it.
Tweet the Rock and take my shirt off.
Take your shirt off, yeah. Tweet the Rock. Yes, do something like that. 5 years. It has been awesome, and we look forward to, hopefully,
many more.
A couple more at least. At least one. I think we guaranteed Doug we would do one more year. So
you're trying to cut us off. We're gonna go. We're gonna burn this mother to the ground. We're gonna keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You sound so iffy.
Yeah.
Don't be iffy.
We'll see. Because I know March I'm getting married, and then I have at least a year before we're gonna start trying for a family. So.
Oh, you've been told that too?
Oh no, we both discussed it. I said let's at least be married a year.
We did talk about that too.
Yeah, I'm 81 days away from being married. Crazy. I know, especially with the holidays. We got to finish our registration. Invitations are already going out. So there you go. So thank you everyone for listening. We certainly appreciate it. I am Dane O'Haron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
And we will catch you all next week.